Welcome to the French Chef. I'm Julia Child.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
Thursday home, baby who gonna say do? Yay, birds clear, holding their stare, bork, bork, bork.
Because that's the kind of guy I am.
Greetings, friends. Welcome to this week's episode of Cooking with Chefzilla. Now, I know I promised I was going to do pizza. Well, just going to do a slight variation on that. I'm actually doing a Pizookie. For those of you who don't know, a Pizookie is a giant chocolate chip cookie baked off in a cast iron skillet and topped with vanilla ice cream. As you can see in the inset, I have all my ingredients listed. Of course, I'll be posting the recipe up for you. You're going to start off with your butter. Make sure it's nice and tempered and softened. Granulated sugar and brown sugar here. All the dry ingredients, that's your flour, salt, baking soda, baking powder, in another bowl. You're going to start off with creaming the butter. Oh, well, you want to make sure you don't lose your paddles. It's like, yeah, old blade tray and tribbles on this one. So you start creaming. Now creaming is combining all the ingredients until you've got a nice granulated paste. This is why it's very important your butter is tempered and soft. If it's not, you're never going to get the consistency you want. So what you want to do is you're swirling this around, making sure it's nice and combined. Like that. Everything's blended all pretty. So once everything's creamed together, your next step is to beat in your eggs, 2 large eggs. Just like so. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now, we have a saying in restaurants, cooking is a craft, baking is a science. Now, a recipe like this, you have a lot more leeway than you would, say, doing bread dough or a cake, but you still need to make sure your measurements are exact. All right. So that's what you're looking for. You're going to make sure it get nice and fluffy. You're incorporating air and blending in that egg yolk. Then you're going to start adding your dry ingredients. Now, I stirred up everything, meaning the flour, the baking powder, baking soda, and the salt. But what you want to do is start adding this in gradually. Don't overdo it. Making sure everything's nice and incorporated. Like this. Scrape the bowl. That's getting all beautiful and delicious. Last little bit there. All right. One more little scrape. Make sure you get all that flour and everything. And now the final step, you add your chocolate chips. Now, I always recommend the best chips you can find. In this case, I'm using Ghirardelli. Now you want to stir these in. It's going to be 12 ounces, which is normally one package here in the States. But you fold these in, because the mixer, what will end up happening is the mixer will just break up all the chocolate chips, and you'll just end up with little chip nubblings. All right. All right, and this dough can actually be done ahead of time. Once again, this is something that can actually be frozen or refrigerated for a day or two, depending on what you want to do. And all right, now cast iron skillet. You've got your cookie dough. You can use a little bit of spray. You're going to put in your dough. Make sure it's in and kind of evenly done. Once the dough is in your pan, you're going to preheat your oven to 300 to 325. I highly recommend doing low and slow on this one. A little underdone is better than overdoing it, because you are cooking in a cast iron skillet. The cast iron is going to help it cook off. And it should be about 10 to 12 minutes. But what you'll need to do is keep an eye on it. Alright, so there it is. That's going to go right into our preheated oven and cook for 20 minutes.
A few moments later.
Okay, so now we're back. Preheated oven to 350 degrees. Now this oven runs a little cool, so it actually took 25 minutes to cook. So check your timing. It's always good to be coming back and forth. In this case, like I said, you do want it a little bit undercooked, but you still want to cook it all the way through. Recipe says 20 minutes. Like I said, this oven runs a little cold, a little cool. So this is 25 minutes later. You're going to pull it out of the oven. Let it sit and cool. You should only let it cool for just a few minutes. You want it nice and warm. Finish this with some vanilla ice cream, and we're done. Pizookie. Total time, all said and done, about maybe 45 minutes from beginning to end. And there you go. And we'll see you guys later. Enjoy.